Hello my guys, welcome back to Spill the Tea with Helen. How are you guys doing? Let me know. So, our favorite kitchen princess who makes everything from scratch, Nara Smith, is currently being dragged by South Africans online for allegedly being a content thief. Now, this is after another creator named Onezwa Mbola, who Nara Smith is allegedly stealing from, posted a video on her socials where she said she's currently taking a break from social media because another very big content creator on TikTok is constantly stealing her ideas and making money from it, while Onezwa herself is not making any money from any of her videos. Now, for those of you who don't know, TikTok is not monetized for African countries. I don't know why this is the case, and I personally think it's unfair. Onezwa Mbola and Nara Smith both make videos of cooking from scratch, but for Onezwa, she takes it a little further by using ingredients that she has grown herself or foraged in the wild herself. Like she goes outdoors to look for her own ingredients from, plants and everything. And she does some of her cooking outdoors too. But even though her videos get hundreds of thousands of views per videos, she doesn't get paid a dime for any of it. She only gets paid when she does collaborations with brands, and she even said herself that these collaborations don't come often.
I mentioned that I would be taking a break from content creation, and I didn't say it on here because I don't think I'll be leaving the space, but I guess whatever happens after these videos will determine if I stay on here or not. And the reason for me taking a break on that platform is that for months now, I have watched a very, very popular content creator use my ideas. And again, I'm not the first person to do anything. They have continuously used my ideas to get views. Now, that would be fine, except in South Africa, we don't get paid for views, and where she is, they get paid for views. So she has been making money off stealing my content. I always managed to change the videos just enough so that I cannot say that they are my ideas. And when I took a break from content creation recently, she then went and moved on to my YouTube and started using ideas from my YouTube. So I have kept quiet for months at a time, just venting to my boyfriend and to my friends, and they've all told me, just let it go because you are going to be dragged by her mob of followers and you'll get cancelled. And so I've kept quiet. And recently I made a boba tea. We all saw it, we all loved it, and I was so very, 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 very proud of that video. I tweeted about it, I was so excited for it, and then a day later she made a boba video. Hi, I'm Onezwa, and I make meals using items that I've grown, raised, or foraged.
Ever had a craving that you can't stop thinking about until you actually have it? I've been craving boba for so long that I just decided to today. I combined some brown sugar and water, let that heat up before adding in some tapioca, starch, and black food coloring. I then return that to the stove until it thickens up before adding the rest of my tapioca starch. Once that was all combined, I poured it onto my counter and started kneading it until it all came together. I then split my dough in two just so it's easier to handle and rolled it out before cutting it in smaller pieces and rolling those into balls. You can make them as big or as small as you want. I made them a little smaller because I knew that they were going to expand once I boiled them. Once my dough was rolled out into balls, I transferred them over to boiling water and let them boil for about 15 minutes while I got started on steeping my rooibos tea. Right before my pearls were done cooking, I heated up some brown sugar and transferred them over. Once they were all coated in the brown sugar, I poured them into my glass, topped them with some ice and my rooibos tea. I obviously needed a splash of milk, and this hit the spot. It was so much better than store-bought boba.
And you might say it may be a coincidence. That would be fine if it was a coincidence, except it's a coincidence that happens very often. So is it really a coincidence? I am very disheartened. I am very disheartened because she's making thousands of dollars in views, and I am lucky to get a brand collaboration every 3 months. I can count the number of brands I've collaborated with over the last fashion every 3 months. I can count the number of brands I've collaborated with over the last 5 years in probably two hands. It's literally under 10. And also being likened to somebody who has continuously stolen my ideas is also very heartbreaking. You see the comments in my videos about how I'm South Africa's Nara Smith. How am I a version of her when she is stealing my content?
These two creators have always been, constantly compared by people on TikTok. But the scale of comparison has always been tilted towards, in favor of Nara Smith. Because when people comment on Onezwa Mbola's videos, they refer to her as the African Nara Smith, which tends to take away her own identity and waters down the uniqueness of her videos. It got so bad that even Onezwa herself responded to this with a video.
When I decided to start my food pages on Instagram and YouTube in 2019, my focus was preparing food the way that I was taught, from scratch. And I have been very consistent in that regard. I'm new to posting consistently on this app, and I didn't find being likened to a content creator with a huge following offensive, because I figured that's who people associate cooking from scratch with on this app. I believed it would stop eventually, and my content would be associated with me because it is different. What I did not expect is having my content and efforts undermined by insinuations that I'm inspired or get content ideas from said content creator. Neither Nara Smith nor I are the first people to make mozzarella from scratch on this app. And more so, videos have timestamps or date stamps for a reason. My video where I milked a cow to make mozzarella for pizza was posted a full day before Nara Smith's video. And unless you think I might have mastered the art of time travel, I don't see how I could have been inspired by something that did not exist. I also made homemade lasagna 2 years ago on YouTube. It's a very informative video. I suggest you go and watch it. I don't need to steal content. I don't need to steal content ideas because I'm not cosplaying being anything. I'm simply sharing who I am, a village girl who cooks food inspired by the things around me. There are many cooks on this app who make everything from scratch, but it seems the treatment of being reduced to another Nara Smith is reserved just for me. And I have to wonder why that is, especially since those comments, or a majority of those comments, are coming from South Africans.
Now notice in the caption of this video we just watched that Onezwa says that all she feels for Nara Smith is love, and how she says in her video that her content is different from Nara Smith's content and people should stop comparing the two of them. So I'm now wondering, if hers and Nara's content are different, how then is Nara Smith stealing her content ideas? Because if a person steals your ideas, their content should be similar to yours, right? And it doesn't even get better from here, it gets worse. So apparently some of this heat was directed to Nara because, well, she's the one being accused of stealing another person's content ideas. But what Nara Smith said angered people even more. In response to, these questions that people were asking of whether she's actually stealing content ideas from Onezwa, she claimed that she doesn't know who Onezwa Mbola is, neither does she follow her. So according to her, she's never even heard of this creator who people are claiming she stole content ideas from. But when it comes to TikTok, you can trust the people there to put their detective hat on when the need arises. It's like the unofficial occupation of TikTokers to dig up anything and everything that needs to be dug up. So, people swung into action and found out that on that same video of Onezwa's where she said she loved Nara Smith and people should stop comparing them, Nara Smith herself had commented saying, "I'm so sorry you have to deal with these comments. Your content is so inspiring." So, Nara Smith, how come you lied that you don't know Onezwa when you commented on her post in February, huh? And Nara Smith supporters have been fighting for her, claiming that Onezwa is not the first person to make boba tea, mozzarella cheese, or any other thing from scratch. And that is true, honestly, because in fact, Onezwa says it herself. But I guess where the suspicion of content theft is coming from is the time frame, between the creation of these two videos. We have already established that Nara knows Onezwa, even though she claims she doesn't know her. So posting the boba tea recipe just a day or two after Onezwa did it is kind of sus, I guess. And according to Onezwa, this has been going on for a long time. But personally, I've not seen enough evidence to suggest that Nara Smith is stealing Onezwa Mbola's content ideas. Because if you go to Nara's page, she posts a lot of things that has nothing to do with Onezwa's content. She has even made, or should I say her husband has made, moisturizer and toothpaste from scratch. And I believe that coincidences happen and two creators can make similar content in the same time frame. Because like they say, there's nothing new under the sun, Abi. Anything where you don't do, another person don't do one before. That's pidgin for whatever it is that you have done, someone else has done it before. But Nara did not make it look good for herself anyway by lying. Why did she have to lie that she doesn't know who Onezwa Mbola is? I guess that's what's making people suspect her. But what do you think, Sha? Is Nara the culprit in your books, and is Onezwa truly the victim here? Or is this whole problem just a non-existent dispute that just started because people kept on comparing these two beautiful creators? Let me know what you think in the comment section. And of course, hit the like and subscribe buttons if my content is your cup of tea. And until I come your way again, take care and bye-bye.